place to be if you got a nervous stomach. Braves baseball. Near the runners. Anderson's at third, Sachs at second, Espy's at first. Here's a 3-2 pitch. On the way, change-up, outside ball 4. A run in. It's 6-4. 9 runs at second. Nobody ever said it was going to be easy. Nobody said it was going to be easy.
4 games back on the loss track. Let's not think of it as a big chunk right now. Play the Dodgers next weekend, 3 games. We just have to cut a little bit off it before we play. That's all we have to think about. And I think what's important is we go out against this team, we play
Friends,
against...
in baseball, only 4 teams are division winners. And in the end, there's only one champion. And it wasn't this team. You might wonder then why we would tell you this tale. There is no happy ending, no champagne-filled locker room, no new flag to fly over Atlanta Stadium. But there's a story here, a dramatic story of a group of hard-pressed men and their September struggle against time, against injuries, and especially against the Los Angeles Dodgers.
There's pressure. Hell yeah, there's pressure. But we've played well under pressure before. And nobody expects us to win. They're all writing us off. And there's nothing I'd like better than to stick it up there. Because they've already said, hey, these guys blew it, this, that, and the other thing. It's just depending on how much you want it. And if you bust your ass the rest of the year and you win every ball game, or win 10 out of 17, 11 out of 17, 12 out of 17, as long as you give the best effort you can, that's all anybody ever wants. That's all I want.
As far as the players were concerned, the race was far from over.
We're not done. I told some people nothing surprised me in this game anymore. We got a week left to go. I still feel it's going to go down that last weekend in San Diego. We got through with San Diego, and they got through with the Giants. And if we happen to win a couple in a row, and they lose a couple in a row, it's up for grabs again.
So last year, the Braves picked up 4 games in 10 days against the Dodgers. The Dodgers picked up 11.5 games in 12 games against them, so anything can happen.
Well, to be honest with you, I think the Dodgers got to be a little more concerned than we are, and they're 3.5 games up. They know what kind of team we have, and we showed that today. All we can do is go out there and play hard and win these 8 ball games. If we do that and we win these 8 games, we're going to end up winning it all. The Dodgers are going to fall apart.
The sleek shape makes this car handle like a dream. You'll need only 11 horsepower to maintain a speed of 50 miles per hour. You're going to love the shape.
Based on a survey of owner-reported problems during the first 3 months of use, Ford Motor Company is building the highest quality cars and trucks of any U.S. manufacturer.
You're gonna love the quality Ford. Quality is job one.
I love it.
Oh, no. I'm gonna flunk my exam.
Something wrong, Tom?
My calculator. Dead batteries.
Here, borrow mine. I use Duracell batteries. They last longer.
Tests prove after a few hours, regular carbon batteries wear out. But Duracell keeps going strong. Duracell lasts longer.
Time's up.
Give Duracell an A+.
Duracell. The copper top battery. No regular battery looks like it.
Or lasts like it.
You know, when I started dipping Kodiak, made my friend here real happy because it's his brand. Now it's my brand, too. It's good and moist with a special cut that packs right, and it's got a big, fresh wintergreen flavor. But don't take my word for it. Just ask my friend here. He really got away with words, don't he?
Going to your office must be fun.
Not always.
Then let me be the grown-up.
Okay.
I'll drive you to school. After you brush with Colgate.
I love that minty taste.
Me too, and Colgate helps fight cavities.
With MFP fluoride.
Of course.
The maximum fluoride protection a toothpaste can give.
And it tastes great.
Oops, I'll be late for work. Will you still take me to school?
Colgate Regular and Winter Fresh Gel. 2 great tastes, maximum fluoride protection.
Someone once said, it's a long way to October. And it sure is. 162 games in 185 days. Our story centers on the final month of the Braves season. They call it the stretch run, the season within a season. Not every team in baseball is able to make a stretch run. For some, just another September. To reach the stretch, they must be a contender the other 5 months. In 1982, the Braves set a modern-day record by winning their first 13 games.
1-0 pitch. Swung on, hit, center field. Got in, here comes Butler. Here comes the throw. Safe, Braves win. Can you believe it?
In 1983, an opening day loss to Mario Soto and the Reds denied them a chance to improve on that. But April was still a good month, winning 14 of 19. But that first game, looking back, would be an omen of things to come. They had a 3-0 lead that day at Riverfront Stadium. But Phil Niekro was wild with his knuckleball, and he let the lead slip away. Torrey pulled him, and reliever Steve Bedrosian gave up the winning run in the 8th inning. Quickly, manager Joe Torre would be second-guessed. It wouldn't be the last time that would happen.
You know, I guess I'm a sensitive individual, but as far as making decisions, I have people that I converse with before I make my decisions. I talk to my pitching coaches, I talk to people about making moves, and I make my own decisions. As far as being second-guessed or writing bad about me, well, they're writing after the fact. And anybody can do that. I can manage after the fact.
But his Braves would quickly turn things around.
High bouncer. Braves are going to win. That's the base hit. And Hubbard scores.
Sweeping a 4-game series from the rebuilt Padres and taking 3 from the Reds.
It's 7 in a row. Barber strikes him out with a change.
The Braves returned only 16 of the 25 men who won the division a year before. Joe Torre knew they'd be better and younger.
Again, you can't put too much emphasis or pressure on young kids because it takes time to be a consistent performer at the major league level, especially when you're dealing with a ball club that's just won 1 pennant and in the process of trying to win another one.
Of the 9 new faces, 4 were pitchers. 2, Terry Foster and Pete Falcone, came as free agents. Falcone came from the Mets, where Torre had managed him 2 years before.
2 out, Peter. Go ahead and wind up if you want to. Okay, whatever you're more comfortable doing. All right?
A left-hander, who would pitch mainly out of the bullpen for the first month before becoming a starter. His was a silent contribution. While his teammates played cards or told jokes, Pete Falcone most times sat quietly by his locker reading. Terry Forster was a veteran of a dozen Major League seasons. Ironically, it was his pitch as a Dodger the year before that Joe Morgan hit out of Candlestick Park to give the Braves the division title on the final day of the season. The irony would not be lost at this season's end. The other two new pitchers, Craig McMurtry and Rick Bahena, were the Braves spring training phenoms.
He won himself a major league job with an outstanding spring, averaging better than a strikeout per inning.
Both started strong.
Now the 0-1 pitch. Line drive, right field, base hit. He did duplicate Craig McMurtry's Sunday performance. Hit number 2 off Mario Soto. I can't believe it. Now they put that ball into the dugout. That's going on the mantle of Rick Bahena. Two kids get their first start, and they single in their first at-bat.
But only McMurtry would be around at the end.
Feel all right? Huh? Okay, don't guide it. Just let it go. You dropped down a little bit on it first when you slung the ball. Okay? Take the finish it yourself now. Come on.
The rubber-armed man, who was the most talked-about pitcher in baseball the first month, was Pascual Perez. Clearly off to his best season ever. The Dominican youngster was all arms, legs, and wins.
Guaranteed to blow your mind. And all he used to get keeping time. Where in the world did he learn that? Oh, Lord. Well, I have to get away. Oh, man. Your man ever heard a sound like a rubber band? Whoa, you got some new so much rhythm, grace, and debonair for one man's dog. And then he had to go to twiddle his left toe, but to his knee, got the feeling in his head, y'all. Oh, come on, baby. Won't you cry yourself, hear it? If I heard a sound, oh, he's a man, and he likes to jam. Stop the jam. Moving up and down, across the land. Got a figure all in his way. Everything about it seems out of place. But moving, just moving, just a rubber band, man, just moving, just moving, just a rubber band, man, get down. Oh, get down, look. Aha.
Baseball star Jim Palmer.
I'll never worry about dandruff again. Sound impossible? Not with Tegrin shampoo. Tegrin has special medicine, so I don't worry about itching or flaking, and I don't worry about dandruff, even if I don't shampoo for a day or two. The Tegrin test convinced me. Tegrin controlled my dandruff not just 1 day or 2 days, but 3 days. I don't worry about dandruff anymore, so why should you? Use Tegrin. Tegrin works day after day after day.
This is the most common screwdriver used in America today. Come on, admit it. You've done this, haven't you? Oh, we don't blame you. A regular screwdriver can bring tears to your eyes. But now there's Power Driver, a breakthrough in screwdriver design. Power Driver fits right on your drill. Slip in a screw and it locks in place. The screw can't fall out. Power it in fast and straight without cutting up the surface or yourself. It comes with interchangeable heads and a depth dial built right in. Set it on number 1 and it leaves the screw raised. Use number 4, the screw stops flush. Number 7, countersinks automatically. There are 8 different settings you can dial. Use it with tiny screws like these or this monster that would twist your wrist off the old way. Power Driver just powers it in. Even solid oak is a cinch for Power Driver. In Formica, it socks up without scratching up the surface. In masonry block, it's sensational. No plug needed, no pilot hole to drill. Work above your head without breaking your back. No matter what the angle, it's the fastest, easiest way to drive in a screw. And comes with our incredible 10-year guarantee, plus this bonus, a complete 7-piece nut driver set. Great for swings, bikes, toys, and cars. There's also Nail Driver, a brilliant tool idea. Drop a nail in here and drive it home with a simple push. Nail Driver works in corners where your hammer can't reach. Now fix paneling without pounding your thumb. You get all these tools for just $19.99. For COD and credit card orders, call 1-800-257-1234 in New Jersey, 232-6966. Save the COD charges. Send $19.99 plus $3 shipping and handling to Power Driver. Box 7500, Atlanta. Order now.
On the 4th of May, a Wednesday night in Montreal, Claudell Washington nubbed a routine grounder to ex-pro first baseman Al Oliver, who then tossed it to pitcher Scott Sanderson covering. Washington stepped on Sanderson's right foot, opening a nasty gash and forcing him to leave the game. 6 nights later, in Atlanta, Sanderson, with 6 stitches in his foot, delivered a fastball in the general vicinity of Washington's right ear, and a rhubarb exploded.
Here goes Claudell to the mound, and they're going at it. Washington and Sanderson. The benches are emptying here at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. On an 0-1 pitch, Scott Sanderson threw one right under the chin of Washington, and Claudell took off. They're having trouble holding Claudell back. He is angry. Steve Bedrosian, manager Joe Torre, umpire Billy Williams, umpire John McSherry, pitching coach Bob Gibson.
Corner, they're all in there, and they're all just taking it up. Claudell feeling that the ball shouldn't have been thrown there. I've never seen 2 benches empty as fast as tonight.
Fights were rare for the first-place Braves. They were a happy group, rolling along with the best record in baseball.
Huh? You growing a mustache? Looks pretty good. I'm really lying. I'm very good at all. Notice anything unusual about their infield? No, I'm talking about the Padres infield. People-wise. I'll give you an inning.
I just figured out who Forster looks like. Babe Ruth.
Looks like Harry Wendelstedt. Looks like Harry Wendelstedt in the face.
The third baseman, Luis Salazar.
If I had my life to live over again, I'd live over a bar.
Season a little bit too long for you, or what?
That camera overheated.
You give up? Templeton's number 1, Wiggins is number 2, Bonilla's number 3, and Salazar number 4.
Leading off for the Braves, the pitcher, number 3.
What'd you do? You ate those Cracker Jacks till you got your prize, then you quit?
Is that what he told you?
No, I saw you. I was standing here. I saw number 39 with Cracker Jacks in his hand. Then I went down there and I saw the package ripped open, and that was it. You can really lose weight if we can get Cracker Jacks to put the prize in the top of the box.
Right. I wanted it.
Like the way I picked that up. 1, 2, 3, 4. You like the way I picked that up?
Interesting.
Trivia.
Their record was a strange one. Win after win over the world champion Cardinals, who had swept them in the National League playoffs the year before.
run is in. Butler around third. Washington around third. Here comes the relay, and everybody's safe. It's 3-2 on Obergefell. Hendrick is going. The pitch is called strike three. The throw to second base, and the ball game's over. Here's the 1-1. This might be double play number 4 of the night and number 9 of the series, and the ball game is over.
Now a two-strike pitch towards short, and the Braves are going to win this right now.
Runners first and third, one down. Forster delivers. There's a bouncing ball. This might be two. Hubbard to Rafi on the first. The Braves have done it again. Terry Forster out of the bullpen delivers one pitch, and the Braves have beaten the St. Louis Cardinals for the 6th consecutive time.
But things were not as easy with the lowly Chicago Cubs.
Here's the 1-1 to Moreland, hit high and deep to left center field. Murphy looking up. This one is going to be out of here.
I think it's about to be 4-0. Let's see. Yeah.
They would lose 4 of their first 6 with the last place Cubs, and it would send them tumbling out of first place. 3 games behind the Dodgers in the National League West. But there was little cause for alarm. The season was still early, and the Braves' powerful lineup began to produce. Dale Murphy, a lifetime .265 hitter, was well above .350, and Bob Horner had a better-than-usual beginning.
Curveball hit deep to left field. Back goes Venable. Back to the wall. He's gone.
And for a change, there were others, deeper in the lineup, who were establishing themselves as legitimate hitters. Catcher Bruce Benedict, a lifetime .249 batter, was hitting nearly .320 in late May.
Line drive, left center, on comes Dawson. A drop base hit. The throw to the plate. There's going to be a play. Bad throw. He's safe. The throw gets away. Hubbard's going to try to score. Nobody covers. Now they do. He's safe. 2 runs in. And Benedict winds up at third.
On his way to his best season ever.
2 down. Curve line. Base hit. The Braves lead. With the base open, they pitch to Benedict, and he makes him regret it.
He learned his lesson well.
Me and Benny had a big conversation today, in our work session right there. This situation right here, 2 out base hits right here.
How do you hit with runners in scoring position? All the time with 2 out.
There it is.
It's going to reach it. Benedict is hot. A 2-out single to center.
Bruce Benedict wasn't the Braves' only pleasant surprise at the plate.
Look at this. Rafi's a 5-game hitting streak. 8 for 20, 500.
New math, Joe. New math. Shortstop Rafael Ramirez raised his average nearly 40 points in 1983 to 300.
A 1-2 pitch. Little soft line drive. That's going to fall in. Base hit center field. Benedict rounding third. Here comes the throw by Chili Davis. He will be safe. Line left field. Matthews. No! It gets away. 2 runs are going to score. He's bunting. Charging in from third is Butler. They're going to let the ball roll. It'll stay fair, and the squeeze play works.
Ramirez, it might be his first. Gone! Home run!
They just took it to us today, and Rafael Ramirez, in my opinion, just too much for us this series.
It was the triple by Ramirez in the 4th that put the Braves back in front in this game. Now the payoff pitch, and there's a fly ball deep left field. How far is this one going? Way out of here. Deep in the red seats, and the Braves lead it 9-7.
Ramirez also had what most observers felt was an improved year defensively.
On the way. Swung on, hit hard to deep short. Rafi's going to make a play. Can he? He got it. Rafi, what a play. Can he throw him out? Yes, they can.
A little chop. There's one. There's 2. Double play. They did it again.
Bouncing ball short. Ramirez to second for 1 on the first. 2 on the right leg. They turn it.
The other half of the best double play combination in the National League, Glenn Hubbard, was another who had his average near the 300 mark for part of the season.
Ground ball headed for left field, base hit. That's pretty well hit to left field. Matthews is back. This ball is going. It's out.
We would have gotten wiped out that day if it hadn't been for the Air Force. They came in, they dropped napalm all over the place. It got like an oven with the heat.
Time Life Books and Boston Publishing bring you the Vietnam experience.
We went to Vietnam with a pretty noble purpose, to help the Vietnamese people stop communist aggression.
The Vietnam Experience, the first book series that puts the war into historical perspective.
Everywhere you went, you felt like you were going to be attacked, and a lot of times I wish I could, you know, I would be shot just so I could get it over with.
These are the books that let you take a close look at something many wanted to forget.
When one of my men got hurt, there was always an incredible feeling of frustration. We wanted to get even.
Who were they fighting? What were they fighting for? Find the answers as you follow the course of Vietnam's history and watch as its villages turn into battlefields.
No American flag, no apple pie. You just keep your head down and get home.
Join the soldiers at Pleiku, Nha Trang, Khe Sanh. Travel to Washington and learn why our leaders chose to escalate the war, while another side of America chose to oppose it. The Tet Offensive, complete withdrawal, the fall of Saigon.
I told the cab driver I just got back from Vietnam, you know, and he was like, so what? So what?
Each book brings you closer to the answers, starting with America Takes Over. So call toll-free and take another look at the Vietnam experience.
I love this country. It was a great honor to serve in Vietnam.
Call now, 1-800-257-1234 to order your first book. It will be sent to you free for 10 days. Keep it and pay just $14.95 plus shipping and handling. Others will follow about one every other month. Keep the ones you want. Cancel anytime. Call 1-800-257-1234.
April brings a shower of excitement to Superstation WTBS. From the first pitch of another action-packed Atlanta Braves season to the Atlanta Hawks' final push for the playoffs. From Jacques Cousteau's mighty and magnificent Amazon to our explosive lineup of Hollywood's hottest. Burt Reynolds, Clint Eastwood, James Stewart, Burt Lancaster, and Katharine Hepburn. Rain or shine, Superstation WTBS is the place to be in April.
We got to. We got too many hammers over here.
Like young carpenters, these young hammers missed as many nails as they hit. Their streaks in June and July were cause for great commotion.
More runs, guys. Let's go. Let's get 4 or 5. Come on, Brett. You're a ball you can handle now.
They won 5 out of 6.
And there's a drive to deep right center field. Going back, Willie McGee. This one is out of here. Grand slam home run for Chris Chambliss.
And then lost 9 out of 11.
Fly ball, deep center field. Murphy going back, looking up, and this one's gone.
They won 10 out of 12 after that.
DePino's 2-2 pitch coming. Fly ball, pretty well hit left field. Cruz going back, looking up. This one's gone. Home run, Jerry Royster.
But their best streak was against Cincinnati. They won 8 out of 9 from the last place Reds.
The throw gets by the first baseman, Hubbard, and Cedeno get tangled up there. Now the second baseman, Rod Oster, will run the ball down. Hubbard's going to try for third. The throw will not get there in time. Hubbard all the way from first to third. That's in the center field base hit. Murphy to third. He will score. Hubbard to third. Ruth Benedict. Bouncer to second. The ball is going to be saved. Braves leading at 5-2. 2 outs in the 9th inning. And an 0-2 pitch on the way to Alan Nicely. Strike 3 called. Pedroia strikes out the side in the 9th. And the Braves have defeated Cincinnati for the 9th time in 10 meetings.
And the Braves found themselves celebrating the 4th of July and the All-Star break back in first place. The Braves sent 4 players to the All-Star game in Chicago. Pascual Perez and Glenn Hubbard going for their first time. Bruce Benedict, his second appearance. And Dale Murphy, his third. Stars come in various proportions. They don't select an all-star pinch hitter, nor do they pick a man for his mental contributions. But if they did, Bob Watson would have to draw consideration.
Line to deep left. It's going to be high and far and gone into the blue seats just underneath the teepee. And the Braves lead it 5-2.
It seemed as though through most of the season, every time he was called on, he came through.
That is, a stop by Watson. Oh, my goodness, what a play by Bob Watson. If he isn't the star of the game. 3-2, 2-out pitch. Base hit. 1 run is in. Here comes Hubbard. The throw is to the plate. He will score, and Bob Watson has delivered. He hit a rope into right field.
Pretty well hit. It's going to be extra bases. Horner will score. Watson to second.
His value to the Braves came not only from his statistics, but from his influence.
Yeah.
He was the man who kept this team zeroed in on the problems at hand.
Hey Joe, this guy's fastball is not a sinker. If I remember correctly, he rides a breaking ball.
Basic stuff. He's a little wild, actually.
That's right. One of the guys who...
He would not allow his teammates to think of anything but the game.
Hey, have a good day. Hey, they said the guy is basically pretty true. Basic pitches, fastball, slider, curve. But he seemed to be a little wild, so, you know, make him get the ball over. Yeah, the fastball, curveball, slider, and he throws a lot of balls up. Hey, you know what happens, you know, when you play and the guys are battling for the pennant, you know, they reach back a little extra. Tell you what, that guy Shipford last night was throwing the ball hard too, man. Man, the short arming. You're right, he's shooting a fork ball. You go laying in the weeds for a fork ball, he's throwing a 100-mile-an-hour gas ball up and in. Well, I fouled it back. What's new? What's new?
Broken bat. Bouncer to short. A nice play by Templeton.
Look at that.
Watson knows baseball bats. He's used them all his life. And at one point, during a losing streak, he peeked inside one to find a cause for the slump.
Look at this. You want to know why? Look at the two-tone wood. You got light and dark in there.
Am I rotten in it?
Yep.
I didn't miss that.
Hey, we're going to have to see, wait a minute, Frank Torrey, Joe Torrey? Hey, Joe. Yeah. Frank is kind of slipping on the wood he's sending us. Look at that two-tone stuff in here. Look at that. It's a table leg. You could work with this when you were putting up the frame on the room here.
Where did he hit the ball?
That was deep in the kitchen.
Yeah. Here in the pantry. Pantry.
Can't see it down that
Oh,
low.
here it is. See? Right there.
That ain't low enough to break that.
Oh, wait, but look how it is.
How heavy is it?
Yeah, you hit it on.
How heavy is it?
Probably 32 ounces.
30 ounces.
31 ounces or something. Put this in the firewood pile.
Of course it takes good wood and a deep bench, but to win, you must also have a strong defense.
Here's the 3-1 delivery. Bouncing ball to third. Horner goes to Randy Johnson. There's one on the first. Double play ends the inning.
Bouncing ball. Good play, Horner. A tough throw to make. He did. 1 out.
Now the 3-2 pitch is on the way. Swung on line. Caught by Raffy on a great catch. The 1-1. Bounce to Pasquale. He's going to get him. Braves win.
Runner going. Got him. And there's a drive. Deep right center on the 3-1 pitch. Murphy goes as far as he can go. So does Cummins, and one of them made the catch.
Here's a 1-0. Runner going. Chambliss, did he catch it? I believe he did. It's a double play.
There's a base hit up the middle. Murphy will come in and throw. To the plate. It is going to be. In time, he threw him out.
That's well hit. It's slicing away from Claudel. Did he catch it? He caught it. But it. Benedict. Did he catch it? Beautiful catch.
Hot shot. Great play. Great play. Here's the catch. Here's the throw. Here he comes. He will be. Oh, to complete. The middle. Hubbard. Good play. Throw. Slow.
Butler going to catch it. I believe he caught it one-handed. Runner going. He's out of there.
Here's a new taste surprise with chicken inside.
Chicken ravioli. Thank goodness for Chef Boyardee.
Introducing new Chef Boyardee chicken ravioli. Plump ravioli stuffed with chicken. In 2 great sauces for 2 great tastes. A rich, creamy white sauce or a golden chicken-flavored sauce. Have chicken today in a great new way. Chicken ravioli.
Thank goodness for Chef Boyardee.
Try new Chef Boyardee chicken ravioli.
Thank goodness for Chef Boyardee. Here, Daddy.
Introducing the new and improved Fruit and Cereal Lover cereal, Post Raisin Bran.
This is delicious. The raisins are plumper.
Now, Post packs 3 packs of even plumper raisins in every box.
Flakes are bigger and crisper.
And bigger, crisper flakes, too.
Delicious.
Plumper raisins and crisper flakes from Post Raisin Bran, the Fruit and Cereal Lover cereal.
I knew you'd like it.
KTEL International presents today's hottest stars on Country at its Best, starring Janie Fricke, George Jones, Conway Twitty, and Earl Thomas Conley. Male vocalist of the year, Lee Greenwood. Gary Morris, Sylvia, and Louise Mandrell. Ricky Skaggs. This is definitely Country at its Best. Just one of 7 super hit collections from KTEL at these and other fine stores.
Came in 9 out of 10. Oh, boy. You hungry?
I'm starved.
Great. I made chicken.
Terrific.
I'll make potatoes. Ed prefers stovetop stuffing. Let's make both.
Chicken and stovetop is one of my favorites.
This stuffing really makes it special. The stovetop finished first.
The potatoes hardly got started.
Hey, did you like the stovetop? Like it? I'm gonna run out for more. No, please.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Serve stovetop stuffing instead of potatoes and watch it disappear.
You know, when they write the epitaph for the 1983 Braves, it could read, died of multiple wounds. And the deepest wound of all came on a warm Monday night in mid-August. Bob Horner, on his way to his best season, 20 home runs, 68 runs batted in, and a .303 average. tried to break up a double play at second base. His slide was awkward, injuring his wrist. He went back to his position for one more inning, but it would be his last of the year.
I got hurt because I was trying to hustle and trying to knock a guy out and take a guy out of a play, and if you start playing conservative, then you're losing about half of your game. You know, you start being tentative, then you start ducking out of pitches inside and high, and now you're playing scared. You can't play like that. You got to play hard, and if injuries happen, they happen.
It was a devastating blow. From that day on, the Braves won only 17 of their last 43 games.
You know, when you take Horner out of your lineup, you're losing a lot of offensive production, and it's tough to replace a man like Bob Horner. And I think it does something to the morale of the ball club when you lose a guy like that.
I have to say Horner is missing this team. He's the guy that, you know, if you guys don't have my Horner and they don't have Horner, they're going to be in trouble, right?
Well, once you lose Bob Horner out of the middle of the lineup, obviously it's got to change the balance of it. And, you know, nobody can relax. You know, before everybody could relax because they didn't have to really, you know, fight it or work it. Somebody's going to pick each other up. And now they figure they've got to pick each other up early, and which means that you push a little bit harder.
Horner's absence from the lineup was the telling blow.
That's about the lowest part of my career so far. You know, we're flying high. We're 6 games in front, and I'm having a pretty good season at that point in time and playing well and hot. And just, you know, the world just kind of comes crashing down around you. And it's part of the game, but it still doesn't make it any easier.
But the injury to Chris Chambliss 8 days earlier didn't help him out as either.
Foul away, 0-2. What's happened now? Chambliss hurt himself. He's holding on to his right rib cage. I think he's going to take him out. Precautionary measure. Chambliss probably like to try to stay in, but that just might aggravate it. So Chambliss is leaving. Looks like a muscle pull in the side.
Chambliss spent the required 15 days on the disabled list, recovering from his rib injury.
I was on a real good track before I got hurt. When I had that injury that kept me out for 2 weeks, I think that that kind of messed up my season. I wanted to do a lot more this year. I was trying to reach 100 RBIs, and I really had a good shot at it before I got hurt.
The injury list got longer.
Basically, when you have injuries to key players like Horner and Chambliss, and you lose the big bat and contribution that Chambliss makes with his bat and his defense, and Horner with his home run production and RBIs, and I understand he has some problems in the bullpen with Barber and Forster at times, and people like that. It creates a burden on your other people.
Reliever Terry Forster, perhaps the most reliable man out of the Braves bullpen all year, hurt himself trying to beat out a bunt.
Or the pitch to Forster, gets the bunt down toward third. Madlock bobbles it, picks it up, throws in time. And Terry Forster, I believe, pulled a hamstring. He is hurting. He's reaching back behind that left leg, and, oh, can you beat that?
And he did it, trying to beat out the bobble sacrifice bunt. He pulled up lame feet about 3/4 of the way down.
Another key man, gone for some very key games.
Foul away. Joe Torre is on his way out, and I don't think Terry Forster is going to be able to pitch anymore.
No, it's not his arm, it's his leg, but I want to change pitchers as long as he has time. It's his leg is what it is. I'm taking him out. He got a bad leg. He hurt his leg, re-injured his leg. So I'm just going to bring in a new pitcher. And he has time, right? The only one down there, Donnie Moore. Hey, babe. He had a pull hamstring, and he looks like he re-aggravated it over there when he was hitting.
News from the bullpen got worse. Rick Kemp was lost for the season after September 12th.
Well, it happened back on a second trip to L.A. On the play at first base when I dove to tag Russell. I jammed my arm. When I jammed it jammed it up this way. And your nerves come from your neck, and they go into what they call a trunk. When I jammed it up, it just split them outside the trunk there, and blood got behind the nerve. And the blood started pressing against the nerve to cut off the circulation. It caused my 2 fingers here to go numb. And when I was pitching, I had no feeling in them. And A lot of times I really didn't know where the ball was going, and it just got gradually worse.
Gene Garver injured his shoulder early in the summer. And though he returned to action in July, he never regained his form from 1982, when he saved 30 games.
So he feels all right?
Yeah, he said feel good. You know, it's fun. Just keep going at him like it was 1-0 and making some bad pitches.
The bullpen was in disarray, but no worse than the starters. Through the month of August, only one starting pitcher lasted as long as 7 innings, and he lost.
Now a 2-2. Drill. Deep right center field. I don't know if the ballpark will hold it. This ball is going and it's gone.
You get down here, see what the you guys see from here.
Come up here and what?
See what you guys see from here. I don't like what I see from up there.
The collapse was infuriating.
Pitching and confidence. We need the pitching to make sure that knocking in 1 or 2 runs is going to give us a chance to win a ball game. So it's really coming down in the middle of the lineup and the starting pitching, because the bullpen, if I don't take that for granted, I can't take anything for granted.
With so much going against the Braves, there had to be a bright spot somewhere.
Fly ball left center, pretty well hit. Back toward the wall, this ball is out of here for Perry.
His name was Gerald Perry, and his performance at Wrigley Field showed everyone what he could do.
There's another drive off the bat of Perry to deep left center at the wall. It's up against and off the wall. A run will score, and Perry has his 3rd RBI of the day.
He sparked his teammates out of a slump and probably played the final act in Lee Elia's reign as manager of the Cubs. But the Braves' pitching remained spotty.
There's a fly ball deep right. Washington back, takes a look, and we've got a tie ball game.
On August 29th, against the Cubs, the Braves lost a big lead and fell out of first place for the final time.
Here it is. Hit to left, pretty well hit, back toward that wall. It is out of here, home run, and Moreland has made it a 7-5 game. 2 home runs in the inning.
The battle was lost, but the war would linger on. And this time, the fans would be the ones shooting.
Open your door to Kenny Rogers. Kenny Rogers, 20 greatest hits.
You got to know when to hold.
If you can't get enough of Kenny,
Know when to fold.
this is the album for you.
You picked a fine time to leave me loose.
And now, for a limited time, have Kenny Rogers delivered to your door.
Through all the good and bad, don't fall in love.
Kenny Rogers, 20 greatest hits. Includes classic duets with Kim Carnes, Dottie West, and Sheena Easton. And if you order now, you'll receive this full-color autographed Kenny Rogers poster at no additional charge. Kenny Rogers, 20 greatest hits.
I don't need you.
The album you need to complete your Kenny Rogers collection.
A good
Here's how to order.
to me.
To order, use your MasterCharge or Visa. Call free 800-257-1234. In New Jersey, call 1-800-232-6966. Or save over $4 in COD charges by sending $9.98 to Kenny Rogers. P.O. Box 7500, Atlanta, Georgia. That's Kenny Rogers, Box 7500, Atlanta, Georgia. Please specify record, cassette, or 8-track tape and allow 4 to 6 weeks for delivery.
When you want scores, you can find them just about anywhere. But when you want more than just scores and highlights,
CNN Sports is on the scene. CNN Sports now takes you. CNN Sports has learned of NFL.
turn to CNN Sports for live updates throughout the week. Programs that put you in touch by phone. And sports reports from experts who bring the story home. When you want more than just the score, turn to CNN Sports, where highlights are only the beginning.
When a wounded Yankee stumbles into a Southern girls' school,
His pulse is weak, and he's lost a lot of blood.
the girls quickly nurse him back to health.
Say a prayer for me, will you?
I would. I have no idea what you want.
Clint Eastwood is Corporal John McBurney.
I wish we didn't have to send him to prison. We've no choice. Harboring the enemy is a crime, a very serious crime.
Clint Eastwood, The Beguiled, Monday on Superstation WTBS.
I should have known the rules. It was my fault, absolutely and completely, and only my fault, and I'm the guilty party, and ignorance is no excuse, etc.
In most dramas, the butler did it. In this one, it was the butler, Brett Butler, who Braves owner Ted Turner was talking about. The young left fielder had unwittingly become entangled in a moment of baseball history. On August 28th, the Braves strengthened their pitching staff by acquiring veteran right-hander Len Barker from the Cleveland Indians.
Barker's going to be the key. I mean, that's why we made a trade and give up 3 players for one, is because of how important we feel that the experienced pitchers are when you go down the stretch.
Word leaked out of Cleveland within a day of the trade that Brett Butler was one of 3 men on his way once the season was over.
Well, I'm more surprised than anything else. You know, I really thought that for, you know, going through the organization, I signed in '79. I thought, well, I was trying to become and kind of worked up into that leadoff spot, and I thought I was a leadoff man they wanted. And then to hear that I was traded to Cleveland, or maybe traded to Cleveland or whatever, I was more surprised than anything else that I was even put in the situation.
Finally, Butler went to team owner Ted Turner and bluntly asked if indeed he had been traded.
You know, he grabbed me and asked me, is it me?
He said level.
Let me know, level. Well, you know, I'm always level with everybody. To be correct under the rules, I just had to say I can't say, Brett. And winked at him. Because he wouldn't have known what that meant. He said, I'm probably okay, you know.
On September 21st, after reviewing the trade and the resulting shockwaves, Baseball Commissioner Bowie Kuhn made a precedent-setting decision.
Well, the Commissioner's office has just ruled that the Atlanta Braves will retain the services of Brett Butler for the balance of the 1983 championship season and any postseason play that we could be involved in. In consideration for that, the Braves, the club, was fined a substantial sum of money, and that should put the thing to rest at this time.
What's the word? What's the word?
You're fined.
That's as much as Brett's making this year, just for having for 2 weeks. That shows you what we think of Brett.
So, Ted, your reaction now, you get to keep Brett for the...
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to check the contract. We might, for $200,000, be able to keep him for good. But that'd be cheap. I don't know. I mean, I'm glad that we got it. I just hope we win the pennant. Hope. Great.
Word also leaked out on who the other Braves would be in the completion of the trade.
How about a guy like Jacoby, who you gave up?
Wait a minute. Hold the phone. Jacoby has not been named. There's one player to be named later. Let's make that clear. Well, nobody's asked. Jacoby hasn't said anything, and we ain't answering nothing. I'm out of it. I'm hanging on to the next 25,000. Next time it might be 50 or 100.
And so Barker and Butler, knowingly traded for each other, would play together the rest of the way.
Everything always works out. I don't care how gloomy it might look or how good it might look. Everything works out. It's not necessarily at that particular time, but any time in life it's going to work out the way it's supposed to be.
The reaction to Butler's trade in the stands of Atlanta Stadium ranged from anger to pure sentiment. Though he had been a part of the Major League Braves for only 2 seasons and had shown only flashes of their predicted brilliance, he had captured a part of the city's large hall.
Every breath you take, every move you make, every bond you break, every step you take, I'll be watching you. Every single day, every word you say, every game you play, every night you stay, I'll be watching you. Every move
When custody fights between divorced parents turned ugly, CNN told you why and showed you how. Expect the unexpected from a CNN investigative report.
Make the Coors Sports page your first choice for the latest scores and standings, for entertaining features, and for thrilling, action-packed highlights. Go behind the scenes with special in-depth reports. Plus, catch the hottest players and personalities. Only on the Coors Sports page. Tonight, 10:05 Eastern on Superstation WTBS.
Already over 2 million veterans have called to find out how this card can serve them exclusively. Hi, I'm Roger Staubach. If you're a veteran age 18 to 59, or the spouse or widow of a vet, write down this toll-free number, because one quick phone call can bring you all the facts about a plan that offers you a choice of 10, 20, up to $50,000 in term life benefits. $50,000 for under $10 a month. And since your spouse is also eligible, your total family protection can reach up to $100,000. All this at affordable veterans rates. All you have to do is pick up the phone and call. Operators are ready now to serve you. In a matter of days, an information package will be sent directly to your home. In it, you'll find all you need to apply right away. In fact, you don't even have to take a medical exam. You'll also receive your own Veterans Life card embossed with your name. It's all absolutely free with no obligation. As a veteran, you owe it to yourself to get the facts about this exclusive offer. So call now.
1-800-257-1234. That's 1-800-257-1234. Call now, and you'll also receive an updated guide to veterans benefits, showing you what governmental benefits you're entitled to and how to collect. That's 1-800-257-1234. Call now.
When we talk about the stretch, we mean baseball's final month, like a horse race. From the three-quarter pole to the finish line, you give it all you've got. A year ago, Dale Murphy survived the slump down the stretch to win the National League's Most Valuable Player award. This year, Dale Murphy learned the real meaning of the word stretch. He did it all. Murphy hit 36 home runs, drove in 121, scored 131, and finished with a .302 batting average, nearly 20 points higher than ever before. Last year, manager Joe Torre stayed constantly on his young star's back, pushing, prodding, demanding.
Now you can change pictures. Oh, boy, Murph. Oh, boy, Ralphie. Heads up. Nice going. Nice.
With Murphy emerging as one of the 2 or 3 best players in all of baseball, their relationship stayed the same.
Murph, get off your heels now. If you're just a little flat, you're hitting the ball back here. Get up there on the balls of your feet.
Torre's job was to get the most out of a man who had so much to give.
You're here. You know, instead of having that shoulder in and extending out here, you're sort of like that, you know. They pitch you enough inside to make you aware in there, and then when they throw you away, just like that breaking ball the other day where you went like this, and a good breaking ball to hit, but you opened up.
though it would draw the most attention, hitting would not be Dale Murphy's only strong suit. Most valuable players are rarely one-dimensional. A two-game stretch in September against the Padres showcased Dale Murphy's versatility.
There's a base hit down the left field line.
On Friday night, he went 4 for 5 at the plate. Saturday, Murphy singled only once in 5 trips, but still drew awed reactions for another part of his game.
It's Luke to center. Murphy on the run. He made a great catch again. Oh, he's unbelievable. He's unbelievable. We talked about it on radio feed just a couple of innings ago. What a center field he plays.
He just can do no wrong, especially of late. He has made at least a dozen catches just this way all year long. Coming in on a sinking line drive and then just fearlessly throwing himself out there.
His glove and his bat make him a star player. His legs make him dangerous on the base paths. On September 24th, against the Los Angeles Dodgers, Murphy accomplished what only 5 other men in history had achieved. He already had hit over 30 home runs. In the 9th inning, with Tom Niedenfuhr pitching and Jack Pimple behind the plate, he stole his 30th base of the season.
There goes Murph. It's high. The throw. He is safe. He's made the 30-30 club and is in scoring position.
I don't think I'm on the team to steal bases. You know, Joe has let me run the last couple of years, and I've been fortunate to get a few stolen bases. I don't really know what to say. I'd rather win the World Series if you ask me how I feel about the 30-30 club.
He is the darling of America's baseball fans. The boy next door who made good. A humble family man, devout, and truly accomplished. And while he has fans almost everywhere, there is none any bigger than his grandfather.
I do think about the fact that my grandfather is here and watching the games. He bought a satellite, whatever you call those dishes, you know, up in Washington, get the cable, because he couldn't get TBS. And he almost moved to another city to get it until my grandmother found out about it, and she's put an end to that. But he's just a big Braves fan, and I'm just happy to have him here.
There's a drive. Thank you. It's 3-0 Atlanta. Did he touch that off? Home run number 29. RBIs number 100, 101, 102. 3-0 Atlanta. And he really ripped it.
On this particular night, Murphy's grandfather drove to San Francisco to see his grandson play. He would not be disappointed.
Hi, Dale.
Murphy's fine performance for his grandfather led the Braves to a 12-9 victory.
Now the 1-0 pitch.
Deep to left field. Back goes Leonard. This one's going to be way out of here, and the Braves are back on top 10-9. Dale Murphy with his second home run of the night, his 30th home run of the year. He now has driven in 4 runs tonight, 103 on the year, and the Braves lead it 10-9.
With Bob Horner out of the Braves lineup, Murphy knew that much of his team's fate rode squarely on his shoulders. With some help and his grandfather's cheering, he would carry the load.
The way he's responded to the pressure and the kind of numbers he's put up on the board, I think back to early on in May when George Bamberger, who at the time was manager of the Mets, said that Dale Murphy, last year's MVP, might also be the most improved player. And I thought that put it in perspective. And as far as I'm concerned, being prejudiced and all that, but Murphy's the MVP.
They were no more than boys who dreamed of adventure in a war that would be over in weeks. But that was before Bull Run, Shiloh, and Gettysburg. The Civil War. Now, time like Life Books recreates the sweeping drama of the blue and the gray in a magnificent new series. You'll meet the real U.S. Grant. Lincoln called him the only general who wasn't afraid to fight. Rose Greenhow, the belle of Washington society who was secretly a Confederate spy. Every volume is filled with rare photographs, historic art and maps, and the close-up detail that only Time Life Books can bring you. Call now toll-free to receive your first volume, Brother Against Brother. It's yours to examine free for 10 days in this special television offer. Now, after more than a century, you can experience their true story, the Civil War.
To order, call 1-800-257-1234 to examine Brother Against Brother free for 10 days as your introduction to the Civil War. If you'd like it, pay just $12.95 plus shipping and handling. Other volumes will follow, one approximately every other month. Keep only the books you want. Cancel anytime. Write or call 1-800-257-1234. 1-800-257-1234.
Niekro brings a shower of excitement to Superstation WTBS from the first pitch of another action-packed Atlanta Braves season to the Atlanta Hawks' final push for the playoffs. From Jacques Cousteau's mighty and magnificent Amazon to our explosive lineup of Hollywood's hottest. Burt Reynolds, Clint Eastwood, James Stewart, Burt Lancaster, and Katharine Hepburn. Rain or shine, Superstation WTBS is the place to be in April.
Pop it up. Never mind. Stay there and strike out. You know, Maxie, all we need is to mount one offensive just to let our guys know that we can beat these things. You know, that's all it is.
These guys are the Los Angeles Dodgers, and that one offensive rarely came. While there were many reasons why the Braves did not repeat as Western Division champions in 1983, the simplest was that they couldn't beat the one team they had to beat.
Royce made the inning, didn't he? Royce made the inning, all three. All three balls. You got that one ball that Watson hit, the one Benny hit, and then just the last one that Royce did. Royce made all three plays.
The Dodgers had a different look in 1983. Gone from this dugout, veteran stars Steve Garvey and Ron Say. But their rookie replacements, Mike Marshall and Greg Brock, helped keep Los Angeles in the race.
Marshall's got the stats over Brock. No, he got 16. Brock's got 20. Brock's got 60. Brock's got 62 RBIs. He has 58. Brock's hitting 221. He's hitting 286.
But it was another Dodger rookie, one who started the year in Class A ball, who had Joe Torre disturbed.
Yeah, against us, though, watch. Simple. He's got to be hitting 330, 350.
There's a little flare hit into shallow right field. Barber coming out. It drops in. Base hit. One run in. Here comes Reynolds. He's going to score, and Jack Pimple does it again. The Braves did not get him up.
But Pimple would come along later in the season. Early, when these two teams battled, the young Dodgers were having growing pains.
Little tap over the pitcher's head. Sacks field. There's one out. Curve, a little tap toward third. Guerrero waits. Fair ball. Throws low. Wild throw. Murphy will be at third. They are going to wave him. There's going to be a play at the plate. He is safe. Wild throw. Corner is at third with nobody out.
But the real indication of how this series would go came the following evening, before the largest June crowd in Atlanta baseball history, when the Dodgers took an 11-5 victory.
He's going. And so's the baseball into deep center. Back goes Murphy. He looks up and waves goodbye.
Again, the payoff pitch from Bahena. There's a high fly ball, deep right center field. Murphy going back, looking up, and this one is gone. And that ball is tacked. It's fair. It's out of here. Let's watch it. It is fair, and it's out of here.
It got worse.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Bunted, good one. Down the third base side. McMurtry
Nobody there. Throwing to first. Threw it by Glenn Hubbard. In to score is Fimple. Down to second, Fernando Valenzuela. He will hold.
The Dodgers and the Braves played 6 3-game series, and Los Angeles won 2 out of 3 in every series but the last one. And even though the Braves were in first place through 2 months of that time, their frustration clearly was evident.
There's a looper toward the same spot. It is going to be hot by Russell, and it'll be a double.
Joe Torre was thrown out of only 1 game all year, and that against the Dodgers. It was the Dodgers who began the end for Atlanta.
And the 0-1 pitch. Fly ball, deep left field. Forget about it. Butler is just going to watch this one.
The Braves lost the club record 9 straight games at home in late August. The first of those 9 to Los Angeles. When that streak ended, the Dodgers were in first place for good. The optimism was always there, but the execution wasn't.
Keep them from scoring this inning will win the game. Turn the whole thing around.
But the Dodgers scored 4 that inning, and the whole thing never did turn around.
On the run, dives, no. 2-run score. Marshall will be at least at second. He's going to try for third, and he is going to make it.
When you think back to the monumental series with Los Angeles, though, 2 games remain absolutely vivid. A win and a loss. It was Saturday night in August, a sold-out Atlanta Stadium. The Dodgers with a big 6-1 lead in the 6th. But the Braves staged a dramatic comeback.
Line drive, deep right field, away back. It is gone.
Two outs, Hubs the tying run.
That's it deep to center field. Back goes Landro. Back to the wall. Gone!
But the big crowd went silent in the top of the 9th.
And the 0-2 pitch. Driven to right field. And it's going, and it's gone. Home run. Greg Brock, who can hit him, has just put the Dodgers out in front. He had an 0-2 pitch over the fence at right field.
In the bottom of the 9th, with 1 on, Bob Watson delivered.
Now an 0-1. Pretty well hit left center field. Back toward that wall. This ball is out of here. Bob Watson. The Braves win. The Braves win. It's 8-7. Bob Watson just homered.
It was a moment that Braves fans will cherish forever. And then, the loss. Sunday afternoon, September 11th, in Los Angeles. The Braves went ahead on Murphy's home run.
Hit high and deep to left field. Back goes Dusty Baker, still going back. This one is gone, and the Braves lead it 3-2.
And then stayed ahead, thanks to a brilliant Murphy catch, robbing Pedro Guerrero of a homer. of the problems in Dodger Stadium is that a manager can't see the bullpen from the dugout. And in the 6th inning, that helped produce the game's first strange moment.
Sit? Yeah. I'm going to bring Briz. Oh, right-hander, right-hander. Yeah. Brizzolara. Well, he should be ready anyway.
Bruce Benedict was right. Tony Brizzolara wasn't warming up. Terry Foster was. But Torrey didn't want Foster.
And they are telling Foster go back.
Rafael Landeskog. So Terry has gone back into the bullpen. Terry Forster wants to pitch so much, he would jump that screen to get on the field.
Ed Vargo and Satch Davidson said, come on, get somebody in here. Looks like Brizzolara.
Well, Tony Brizzolara comes on.
You were throwing before, weren't you? Yeah. All right, all you need is the 8. Why'd you sit down?
So he told me to. He said you guys just want me throwing because they weren't sure that Boxy's arm was all right.
Okay, you're loose.
I'm all right, yeah.
Okay, let's get good and loose.
Tony Brizzolara was far from loose, walking in the Dodgers' 3rd run.
You can bet anyone Sachs is going to take this pitch inside the 4-6-3.
The bullpen mix-up bothered Torrey for several innings.
Briz was just scared to death. I think Briz was just scared to death. That's funny. Call for Brizzolara. He isn't up. Well, he was up with Boggs. So when Boggs came in, he sat down. He was all right. He just, I think, got a little nervous when he came out here. No, he said Piggy told him to sit down. Why don't you find out? So we never sit anybody down after we have guys throwing, do we?
It bothered him until the 9th, when something else took precedence. A moment that will live in Braves infamy.
Here's a 3-2 pitch. On the way, change up. Outside ball 4. A run in. It's 6-4. Now a single will tie it. 1 out. Marshall, 2 hits and 4 tries. All right, Dino. He's going to have to really give him big motion now. You know, he's giving him about the same thing about 3 times in a row. You have to give him big motion. Either that or throw him another fastball. 2 balls and no strikes. And the pitch. Drill toward right. Pretty well hit. Washington back. He can't make the play. 1 in. 2 in. 3 in. Check it. 2 runs in. 2 runs in. We got a tie game. 2-run score. It's 6-6.
After an intentional walk to Greg Brock to load the bases, veteran Gene Barber faced rookie R.J. Reynolds with the game on the line.
There's a 1-0. They're squeezing. And the Dodgers win. R.J. Reynolds on a squeeze bunt. And the Dodgers have won here in the bottom of the 9th, 7-6. Pandemonium has set in. You'd think it's the 7th game of the World Series. Give the Dodgers credit. They came into the bottom of the 9th trailing by 3.
Can't lose games like that. It's over with. It's not something that you want to dwell on right now on what happened in Los Angeles. I'm sure that we'll remember this game somewhere along the line. If we win, then it'll be forgotten. If we lose, then that will be the one game that'll stick out.
A double play. Anyone who loves baseball loves a beautifully turned twin killing. Hi, this is Bob Costas for the Sporting News, and we've got a twin killing for you. 2 issues for the price of 1. To introduce you to the Sporting News, the Sports Bible. That's right, you'll get 26 issues for just $9.99. That's 2 for the price of 1. And you can't get the Sporting News for a lower price anywhere. You know, none of us who cover sports for a living would be without a single issue of the Sporting News. It's an absolutely indispensable source of information and insight. That's why the Sporting News has been a favorite of fans and players since 1886. It's the magazine that gives you no-nonsense details on all Major League sports and college action. The behind-the-scenes accounts, the ins and outs of the Big 4 action sports. Baseball, football, basketball, and hockey every single week of the year, plus highlights in boxing, tennis, soccer, horse racing, and all the rest. Covering sports as I do, I rely on the fact that major sports stories are covered by more than 40 feature writers around the country, reporting from the scene where the action is. To love sports is to love the Sporting News, the Sports Bible. Why don't you subscribe today? And here's a friend to tell you how.
That's right, Bob. You get the Sporting News at the low rate of 31 cents an issue. 26 issues for $9.99. That's half the regular subscription price.
So why not take advantage of this special 2-for-1 double play offer now? You know, you can't get the Sporting News at a lower price anywhere.
To subscribe to the Sporting News, just call toll-free 1-800-257-1234. In New Jersey, call 1-800-232-6966. Or write to the Sporting News, P.O. Box 7500, Atlanta, Georgia, 30357. Remember, you can't get the Sporting News at a lower price anywhere. Call 1-800-257-1234. In New Jersey, call 1-800-232-6966.
When a wounded Yankee stumbles into a Southern girls' school,
his pulse is weak and he's lost a lot of blood.
the girls quickly nurse him back to health.
Say a prayer for me, will you?
I would. I have no idea what you want.
Clint Eastwood is Corporal John McBurney.
Wish we didn't have to send him to prison. We've no choice. Harboring the enemy is a crime, a very serious crime.
Clint Eastwood, The Beguiled, Monday on Superstation WTBS.
For 2 seasons, the Braves management ordered this teepee taken down in order to sell more seats. In both cases, superstition or not, the Braves immediately went into a nosedive. As Casey Stengel would say, and you can look it up.
In 1982, the Braves lost 19 out of 21, and it very nearly destroyed their season. In 1983, they lost 15 out of 21, and it did go a long way toward destruction. In both years, they went from first to second place before Nakahoma's teepee was replaced. And each year, the whole thing was underlined with laughter.
Well, we're not going to have any problem when they got the teepee back up.
That was my idea. We might have to give the TP a big contract next year. You can't live without it. It's more important than anybody we got.
Meetings between Braves owner Ted Turner and his baseball staff wouldn't take place often, only when there were apparent problems. And second place had become a problem for this team, accustomed to the top. But each year, the curse of Nakahoma was given great credence for the fall of the team. In truth, however, there were 4 reasons why the Braves, or any other team in baseball for that matter, failed to win. Pitching, run production, fundamentals, and health. They had problems in each of those areas, and no team can win with that much against it. Down the stretch, the bullpen was as negative a factor as anything.
Hendrick has yet to get the ball out of the infield tonight. Makes him doubly dangerous. There's the ball game. 1 pitch and the Cardinals
But Joe Torre had to rely on his bullpen, and especially his ace right-handed reliever, Steve Bedrosian.
Right up your alley, pal. The low fastball hitter. Okay? Low fastball hitter, you can throw him breaking balls. But you might as well go at him with your good and go after it. Okay? Come on now. Good express. Now straight away, everybody.
Even though Bedrosian had a tough year, the coaching staff was not alarmed.
Well, I think Bedrosian is...
He's still a baby, though.
Yeah, you know,
He's only his second year.
He's going through a typical, I guess, major league pitcher's experience. Kimmy would know about, you know, just having to speak of bad luck like hitters do.
Yeah, when you start having a little bad luck like that, then you're reluctant to throw the ball the way you can throw it, and you end up trying to make a good pitch, and you do make a good pitch, but you don't have as much on the ball, and they knock the crap out of it, and then it puts you further into depression. And I think he's fine. He's just a little depressed now. And he has a couple of outings. He'll be fine.
Well, he looked good against that against the Dodgers.
Yeah.
He threw some good breaking balls and
he threw the ball good. He threw the ball good the other night. Yeah. He had, 2 balls into 2 fastballs by him. That looked like he thought he had to make a pitch with it, and he didn't have quite as much on the ball, and it was down a little bit, but he didn't throw it by him.
It's kind of tough at times. Like I said, it's the first time I've been through something like this, and a good pitcher will bounce back after having bad times and come through with, some good outings, and I feel I can do it.
But pitching wasn't the only problem.
All right. CW. Sir. Go out right field. Okay. You handle it?
Yeah. Interesting question. Cordell Washington was another whose production fell drastically. In one 37-game stretch at midseason, he drove in just 2 runs. At one point, he was 0 for 18 with runners in scoring position. Down the stretch, he hit just 2 home runs and drove in just 10.
Well, yeah, my production is down. I'm not really a home run hitter anyway, but I hit 16 last year, and I've only got half as many right now. My RBI total has been cut in half, and I'm really disappointed with that. But, I'm hitting the ball pretty good. The main thing, is the team keeps its composure and, keep playing good baseball.
But good baseball is fundamentals. What every team spends days working on each spring. The hit and run, the bunt, thinking.
Randy Johnson 1 for 1, now batting .281 for the year. Runners first and third, 2 outs, 3 runs are scored here in the third. Johnson bunting, gets it right back to the mound. Honeycutt will throw on to first in time.
Left-hand pitcher, and he tries to bunt. He's what makes spring training necessary. Hey, Rag. You don't pay for 1 extra run in the 3rd inning. You just put his up, lining out to left field. Base hit, and he hasn't gotten the ball down all in him. You got to swing bat, man.
The pitch coming to Butler. He squares and takes it low, ball 1. Benton delivers. Butler taking all the way. It's a strike in the knees, and the count full 3-2.
I don't believe that. Take the run off, and he takes the pitch.
Here comes the payoff pitch from Greg Minton. Popped him up down the left field line. Foul territory. Jeff Leonard's going to have room. He's got it, 1 down. The runners have to hold at first and second.
You've taken 3 and 1? Huh? Why? No, I mean, what were you thinking? Were you thinking you were going to swing if it was a strike? Oh, okay.
Sloppy fundamentals, lack of run production, poor relief pitching. And when things are going bad, they couldn't buy a break.
Did it hit him? Let's see.
Jordan hit him, Joe. It did not. No way, Eddie. Gone, man. He's in trouble. You threw him out in the
She was out in the pennant race. That's a mother. Son of a... That ball hit him, Eddie.
Joe, it hit him. That's it. Bad, Joe.
Why? It only hurt one thing. It hit him.
Joe, it hit... That damn hit him, Joe.
There's no way. There's only one damn... Oh, is he? What are you going to do? Put him in jail?
No.
Huh?
Get him out of here.
You're going to put him in jail?
No, I'm not going to put him in jail.
You take it out on him? Is that what it happened?
No, he took it out on...
Damn it, the ball hit him. He didn't even put him, son of a... He did not.
Bruce, get the hell out of here and go. Bruce, come on.
The ball did not hit the bat.
Joe,
There's no way it could have hit the bat. He was jumping out of the way of the son of a... Eddie?
He hit the bat.
Eddie, he's jumping out of the way of the ball.
Joe, I don't care. The ball hit the bat. The ball hit the bat.
I just can't understand that the fact that he's jumping out of the way of the ball and the ball was nowhere near the bat.
Ball hit the bat, then hit him. That's what I see.
I know what you're saying.
Okay,
you know, I know what you're saying.
All right.
But from over there, you know, where you're looking from behind, I'm looking from over there, and he's jumping out of the way, and between the ball and the bat, there's about that much space. So how the hell can it hit the bat?
The ball hit the bat and hit him. I'm going to tell you something. Get the hell out of there.
He's not going to... Well,
They lost that game, an important one. And when it rains, it pours.
Now the 1-1. Squeeze. It's trapped. Did he catch it? Did he catch that ball?
It's a double play. They say that he caught the ball, and now a big argument raging.
I thought he trapped it. I thought he trapped that ball.
A little tap toward third. Randy has to wait now. Throws and gets him. No, it's safe. The inning is not over.
Harry, he had him by a good step, Harry. Yes, you can hear the glove, and then you can see the foot, Harry. He had him by a good step. I know you were watching. That's why I can't figure out how you missed it. Because he had him by a good step. Because you can hear the glove from over there, plus you can see the whole thing from right there.
And I really thought that
Had him by a good step, Harry. I thought you missed the son of a... Damn it.
It seemed nothing the Braves did the final month went right.
Well, it's nail-biting time. Is there anything, you know, I don't know what, anything anybody can think of that we can do? I'm going to speak to the players for a couple of minutes and just tell them to win. That'll do it. Okay. Well, let's keep our fingers crossed that our bloopers fall in and theirs don't.
Let's win 2 in a row, and then we'll just let momentum take over from there.
Good deal. Who are the Dodgers playing this weekend?
San Francisco. In San Francisco.
Okay. Okay, guys.
All right.
Boy, you hungry?
I'm starved.
Great, I made chicken.
Terrific.
I know. I'll make potatoes. Ed prefers stovetop stuffing. Let's make both.
Chicken and stovetop is one of my favorites.
The stuffing really makes it special.
The stovetop finished first.
The potatoes hardly got started.
Hey, did you like the stovetop? Like it? I'm gonna run out for more. No, please. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Serve stovetop stuffing instead of potatoes and watch it disappear.
Nobody move. I lost my contact.
We'll find it.
Your rug, it's so clean, even by the door. My rug cleaner would never clean that.
Oh, you should have seen how deep down dirty it was before I used my Woolite spray foam rug cleaner. Surface cleaners you just spray on don't penetrate fibers, but the Woolite triple detergent system gets scrubbed way down to loosen ground-in dirt.
Glad I found Woolite spray foam rug cleaner.
That's not all you found.
Woolite spray foam rug cleaner for deep down dirt.
How long has it been since your mom's fixed Jello pudding for you?
A long time ago.
How long?
A long, long time
But she knows it's good for you, right? And she knows that you love it, right? Well, maybe she forgot. Maybe I should remind her. Mom, you know how the kids love Jello pudding, and you know it's made with fresh milk, so it's wholesome. And you haven't made Jello pudding for them since...
Last night.
Last what? Kids love Jello brand pudding. Remember.
Here's a new taste surprise with chicken inside.
Chicken ravioli. Thank
goodness for Chef Boyardee.
Introducing new Chef Boyardee chicken ravioli. Plump ravioli stuffed with chicken. In 2 great sauces for 2 great tastes. A rich, creamy white sauce or a golden chicken-flavored sauce. Have chicken today in a great new way. Chicken ravioli.
Thank goodness for Chef Boyardee.
Try new Chef Boyardee chicken ravioli.
Thank goodness for Chef Boyardee.
Basically, there's nobody in this room to whom winning is more important than it is to me. You know, y'all may think it's important to you, and there's nobody that losing hurts more. I know it can't, you know, you can only hurt so bad when you lose, and everybody probably hurts equally bad. And, you know, this is my team. Y'all are my players. I'm your boss, and we're in it together. We win together. We lose together. And, you know, it was really fun earlier this year. I'll tell you one thing. Don't ever let anybody tell you you got it made in this life or in baseball. Remember when they said, you know, writing about, you know, we had it made. We were going to coast in when we were 6.5 up. And really that's good because I tell you, baseball and being married has done a lot for giving me humility. You know, first of all, if you're married, there's no matter who you are. Right, Murph? Your wife will keep you humble because she'll let you know every day, at least mine does, of all my inadequacies. And baseball is the same way. You can never get too far up because you might go 0-for-4 the next day, right? You go 4-0 one day and 0-for-4 the next. It's great. It's exciting. All right, that's it.
Time was running out. Down 3.5 games to the Dodgers. This time with 8 games left. The Braves had dug themselves a hole and needed help climbing out. In 1982, the Braves played excellent baseball the final week of the season. In 1983, the final week started the same way.
Down the left field line, that's going to be off the wall. Campbell scores. Ramirez scores. Benedict will stop at third. Down at second with a 2-run double. Jerry Royster. It's 4-0 Atlanta.
It was time now to keep as close an eye on the out-of-town scoreboard as on their own. The early news from Cincinnati was good. The scoreboard continued to change, inning after inning. With the Braves' 6-2 victory over the Giants and the Reds holding an 8-5 lead over the Dodgers in the 9th, it looked as though the Braves would move within 2.5 games of the lead. But the Dodgers staged one of their biggest comebacks of 1983. This error by Cincinnati second baseman Ron Oster, with 2 out in the 9th, allowed the Dodgers to tie the game 8-8. The Dodgers won 12-9 in the 10th and remained 3.5 ahead of the Braves. The following evening, Joe Torre and the Braves knew early that the Dodgers were going to beat the Reds again.
7-4, you dirty.
The night went downhill from there on.
Bouncing ball, right field, base hit, only 1, maybe 2 runs will score. They're going to send him. Comments got barehanded, fires to the plate, he's safe. Minton swinging, drives one deep to right field. Back goes Washington. This ball is gone. Greg Minton, of all people. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Bouncing ball, Lemaster to second, Wellman to first, and the ball game's over. And the Dodgers' magic number is down to 2.
The Dodger lead was 4.5 with 6 to go. On Wednesday of that final week, the Dodgers were in San Diego, while the Braves moved into the Astrodome for a crucial doubleheader with the Houston Astros. The Braves lost, a Dodger win, and it would all be over. In the opener, Pascual Perez went out and pitched the game of his young career, went the distance, struck out 10, and picked up his 15th victory, an important number to Pascual.
I feel pretty good because I promised to my mama I win 15 games, and you know, I win 50 games now. Maybe she's happy in Dominican because she's been watching the game on the cable, and you know, I'm real happy. You know, thank you guys.
In the second game of the doubleheader, the Braves let it get away in the eighth.
Now for his 0-2 pitch to Ray Knight. Here it comes. Gets away from Bruce Benedict. In to score is Kevin Bass, and the Astros lead it 2-1. There's the 2-0 offering. Line drive center field, base hit around third. Dickie Bond, he will score. The ball rolls by Murphy all the way to the wall. Scott around second, hits the third. He'll go in standing. It's 3-1 Astros. Fly ball, deep left field. Butler going back. This one is off the wall. Scott has scored. Garner has scored. Down at second base with a two-run double is Tim Tolman, and the Astros have broken this one wide open.
The Braves were still alive, but only because the Dodgers and the Padres were rained out. The Braves' elimination would have to wait another night or two. On Thursday night of this final week, the Braves scored 5 runs in the last 3 innings to beat Nolan Ryan.
Throw to third, gets over the head of the third baseman, Phil Garner, and into the Atlanta dugout, and Albert Hall will come home with the tying run. And is Nolan Ryan ever upset with himself?
The Dodgers lost the first game of their doubleheader with the Padres, 7-1. The Braves had to board their plane in Houston and wait to find out about the Dodgers' second game in San Diego.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got some good news for you. We have the final score of the L.A.-San Diego game. It's San Diego 4, L.A. 1.
And now they were 3 games behind with 3 games to play. In San Diego, it was do or die. Any loss to the Padres or a Dodger victory over the Giants in Los Angeles would end the hopes of the Braves.
Come on, guys. Breathe. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Live to breathe another day.
It is September 30th, a Friday night. Dale Murphy has kept the impossible dream alive.
Another payoff pitch to Murphy is hit high and deep to left center field. McReynolds going back, looking up, and this one is gone. And listen to the Braves fans in the crowd. Dale Murphy connects for his 36th home run of the year, scoring Claudell Washington ahead of him. Murph now with 121 RBIs, and the Braves take a 2-0 first inning lead.
But San Diego strikes back quickly off starter Phil Niekro.
And that ball is hit to deep left field. Brett Butler takes a look, and we have got a tie game. That ball well hit left field. Butler going back, looking up, and this one's gone.
There was little breath left in this tired machine. You could read it on their faces as they studied the out-of-town scoreboard. At 130 miles up the west coast, the Dodgers were keeping a careful ear and eye on what the Braves were doing.
The 0-1 to the mound, and the Dodgers are the champs of the National League West as Benedict bounces to first.
Suddenly, the season was over. The Braves had lost 3-2, and the word raced quickly up the coast. The long race was over. What could the Braves say?
We had our chances numerous times, numerous ball games, especially against the Dodgers, and we didn't take advantage of them. That's why they won.
Quite frankly, the way we played the last month, we really didn't deserve to win it. And we didn't play good baseball, and the Dodgers played us a little better, and they played us a lot better in head-on competition, and that's, you know, that was the difference, really.
The game that I felt the worst about was the day we were leading the Dodgers 6-3 in the ninth, and you know, I wasn't even playing that day, but after the game, I just felt, you know, I felt lost. You know, it was just the worst game for me. You know, a lot of games you lose and you say, well, let's get them tomorrow. That game, I had nothing to say to myself.
There were 2 games left, meaningless games. But Joe Torre tried to keep the players interested by letting them make the managerial decisions. On the last day of the season, Bruce Benedict would be the skipper.
But listen, now that you're all here, of all the umpires that I've ever met, you guys are certainly some of them.
I'll tell you another thing, Borgo was right. Have a good winner.
Is that all I get?
With tongue-in-cheek, Benedict pulled all the strings.
Gibby, when you go out on the mound today, try to come up with something, except for like Joe just sent me out here and I don't know what to say.
I've never said I don't know what to say. Ever.
I mean, you went to Creighton, for Christ's sake. What did they teach there?
They teach guys about the same as they do at teach them to be wise.
The Braves finished 1-0 under Bruce Benedict, but finished the year 88-74. 3 games behind the Dodgers. The regular season was over, but the story of the 1983 Braves was not.
The Amazon, strange, brooding river of rivers, the most powerful river in the world. The Amazon Basin, world's largest area of tropical rainforest. And to this jungle wilderness, to show scenes unknown to the human eye, comes the greatest explorer of our time, Jacques Cousteau. In his most challenging expedition, Captain Cousteau spent nearly 2 years covering the Amazon's full course, more than 4,000 miles. From its birth as an icy trickle high in the Peruvian Andes, the Amazon thunders through forbidding mountain corridors and eventually will carry more water to sea than the Nile, Yangtze, and the Mississippi combined. But here down below, Captain Cousteau discovered the secrets of a jungle kingdom that draws its life from the mightiest river on Earth. Here he filmed sights seldom seen: the world's largest rodent, the prehistoric mata-mata turtle, and the mystical pink river dolphin. But even this jungle paradise is not immune to the problems of the 20th century. The Amazon is the river of the future with the problems of today. Drugs, poaching, gold fever, and reckless development, endangering many of the Indian tribes that have survived nature for 14 millennia. You'll examine the rich brocade of the Amazon and ponder what will happen when we pull out random threads. Experience the thrill of discovery with this special view of Earth's last frontier in Cousteau's Amazon. 3 two-hour specials, the first of which premieres March 28th on Superstation WTBS.
The only thing that I would have liked to have known, and I'm very serious when I say this, is that I would have liked to have known that when I was walking off of that mound out there for the last time as Atlanta Brave, I would have liked to have known that.
Down low, ball 4. Joe Torre. That'll be all for Niekro.
Nothing.
This was it. The last time Phil Niekro would leave this mound in an Atlanta Braves uniform. Although the Braves management and coaches had decided that Niekro wouldn't fit into their plans for next year, they chose not to let anyone know until after the season was over.
A meeting was held with his coaching staff and Joe and whoever was in that meeting, to evaluate all the players on this ball club for this particular past year, that the general consensus of the people there was that I should retire. You know, that in same words, I guess, that they had no plans for me next year.
You feel like you're going to pitch next year, right? Somewhere?
Yeah, I feel like I can pitch. That's the reason why I took the release papers. I don't think I can't pitch here.
It had been a rocky season for the 17-year veteran. Always a slow start. He followed that tradition with 6 losses in his first 8 decisions. He came back to win 6 straight, but still the knuckleball was wilder than ever before.
He starts squeezing you now. Don't try to alter what you're doing. You know, you just drop down in that last one. You look like you just tried to push it. You know what I mean? Just be the same. If he's going to call him a strike, he's going to call it a strike. All right? Don't you change, because your thing is going good now. Okay?
As you look at the infield, bases are loaded.
Nuxie. Let's start Brizzolaire.
To the Braves management, it was a baseball decision. Pure and simple. To ask Niekro to retire.
Joe was seriously considering making a starter out of Bedrosian. And if he does, and we have Daly, Bedrosian, McMurtry, Perez, and Barker, this kind of put Phil in a position of being an extra person. I think it would be a little demeaning to him to have to work out of the bullpen as a mop-up type of person, so we just felt it was best to notify Phil of these plans, and Ted wanted to be the one to tell him.
To the players, it was a decision that could affect them next season.
It's really tough for everybody on the club. I think it'll even be tougher next year when we all get to spring training. And you look around and you look for that old familiar face, or number 35 out there. He's not going to be around, and I think there'll be a lot of talk at, you know, how this whole thing was handled more than anything, because as much time and all his field is put in with the Braves, his life and everything, and it was handled this way. You know, everybody's got to look at themselves.
He was the symbol of the Braves. A model of consistency over years of inconsistent play around him. He won 268 and lost 230. Only during the strike-plagued year of 1981 did he win less than 11 games. The knuckleball, dipping and diving and doing strange things even he didn't know it would do, served him admirably. But never more so than during the final week of the 1982 season, when his team needed him so desperately. He pitched back-to-back shutouts within 5 days of each other and bathed in the champagne of the team's success. And now, a year later, almost to the day, his emotions are different.
I wasn't asked what my plans were, my future plans. When you're going to retire, Niekro, do you think you're still pitching as well as you ever have? Do you think you can win? No, I didn't hear none of that throughout the year or in the meeting the other day. It was just we want you to retire. We just don't want you. Don't want you.
Bill Niekro, a Brave no longer.
I don't want to hit it. It's my
8437. That's my parents' number. They'll be able to tell you whatever.
Thanks.
Thank you.
But it ain't gonna be on TV now. You don't want everybody and their dog calling up.
I'm sure give me a call. You don't have my number here. I'll take you out. You don't have to bring gas if you don't have it.
Well, I'll have everything.
Okay. Good. We'll do it. Please.
No cameras! Get him, man! No cameras!
You have a nice...